Hey, this is Kineer. Welcome to another Dune Awakening tips and guides video. This is for players still in Haga Basin South or new players in general. I'm going to get in out of the sun real quickly here. Let's see if we can open the door and go inside. It's cooking. So if you have watched my earlier guide, I have a guide out there linked in the description below that talks about how to get the most out of Haga Basin South and how you can spend some time in here. But if you're a new player or you haven't actually been paying that much attention, maybe you're fortunate enough you haven't died many times in the game so far, you haven't run into the respawn system, I'm going to do a little experimentation with the respawn system just so we can take a look at it and understand exactly how it works. Now, in order to prepare for this, I've done a couple of things. One is I have some old equipment in my inventory that I no longer use. Some of this looks like it has, let's say it has quantities, right? So I have 86 copper ore, 32 fuel cells, and 10 salvage metal. And then I also have a knife and a rifle and a pistol and some bandages, and I have one utility device on me too. Now, this utility device is not in my inventory because I want it, or this is not in my equipped bar, but I do want it to be in my inventory, so we'll see what happens with it. I do have a vehicle backup tool in my inventory and a construction tool. I don't think those take any damage, nor do the consumables. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a restore or a respawn beacon and place it nearby. I have already gone to this house and gone to the subfief console, switched on manage, and I have selected set as respawn location for this particular location. Now, I actually have two bases in this zone, and I set this one as a respawn location first, and then I set this one as a respawn location second, and I think it's a toggle. You get to pick one or the other, so you don't really get a choice. Let's get the door back open. I'm going to run up here, and I'm going to see if there's a spot. I don't even have power on me right now, so let's see. See if I can make it up here. There's a real nice spot up here. I think if I stand inside here, I am sheltered. So I'm not enclosed, but I'm sheltered, and that's all right. So we're going to take from my inventory, we're going to go ahead and put this on the number 3 button, and I'm just going to put it right here. Can I put it in the corner? It would be ideal to put it in the corner, but we're going to set it over here on the side. So if we want to respawn up here, that's our respawn location. I don't have a belt on, so I'm going to take damage when I run. So I have a respawn beacon off to the side, and I'm also going to take the bike. There's the bike right here. If you have your sand bike or any other vehicle in the game, it can also be a respawn location. Now, for this example, I'm going to put this up underneath this ledge where I believe it's going to be sheltered at least and actually enclosed. So it is, the bike is sheltered, which means during a storm it'll be fine as well. And so we have a house, we have a respawn beacon up on the hill, and we have a bike right here as well. And we're just going to run out here in the middle of the sand, the sun, and we're going to respawn. We're going to get rid of ourselves just temporarily. So I'm going to say respawn. It's going to warn me, are you sure? Items will have durability loss, and I think I've protected all my good items inside crates inside the house. So I'm going to say confirm, and it sets a 15-second client respawn timer going on. Now, if at any time during this countdown you change your mind, you can do that and run away, and you'll have reset it. I'm going to go stand over here in the shade. I'm going to die in the shade, man. Unless it moves quickly. We don't know. Let's go ahead and respawn right here. And we're going to let the 15-second countdown timer go do its thing. Now, this is worth keeping in mind. This is not the same as being eaten by the worm, Shai-Hulud, or I think being killed by the main Coriolis storm, although maybe small storms don't have the same effect. So this says we died. We were defeated by ourselves. We are in Haga Basin South, and we have a little backpack. You can kind of see the little skull here, and we're just going to awaken. It's going to give us all the choices we have to respawn. And so it is the house that I'm standing at, which is Haga Basin South. It looks like the same thing. There's the respawn beacon that's up the hill, the house that we're at, a checkpoint. Now, this is actually out near the wreck of the Alcyon. I did not create this myself. I think the game does this when they think you're doing something that is perhaps going to be a little dangerous. You might die, so they put a respawn, but there's probably only one. The trade post up in East Vermilion, or Vermilius, this is anvil, and I have made one trip up here and I stopped in and traded some stuff in. I did not set this as a spawn point, so the game set this as a spawn point as well. And then my vehicle respawn, which is really close to where I'm at, so it's right around the corner. So I have all these choices for respawn, but this is not one of my choices. This base is not one of my choices, and I can't respawn there. And I've also tested, if I were to take the vehicle, the sand bike, and put it into the backup tool, that's off the list as well. So I'm going to go ahead and respawn up the hill. Actually, I'm going to respawn with the vehicle as if I had gone inside a cave or some other place, but I had found a place to stick the vehicle where it would be safe. Because there are lots of places like that around the game, and you can do exactly that. So if you want to go into a site and you don't have a backup tool or your inventory is full of things, you can find a place to do that. We're going to go down here. It's all very close. We're going to go down here to my backpack of death and see what's in it. Let's see what we lost. So if I compare these and I do the math on it, I think I've lost about 40%. So I lost 4 out of 10 salvaged metal. I lost 12 out of 32 of the fuel cells and 34 out of a total of, what was the number, 80 something, 86 copper ore. Everything else took damage, and I think like this didn't take damage. This looks like it might have taken damage in inventory. These look like they took a little bit of damage as well, and my clothing took probably a little bit of damage here too. It looks like it's been knocked down. So there you have it. That's how the respawn process works. I think it pays to make the respawn beacons. They're really cheap. I think they're like 20 salvage metal, and throw them down somewhere. If you don't have a respawn beacon somewhere that's meaningful to you, you might want to have your vehicle out, whether that's your sand bike or something else. One of the interesting things is you can only have one home set as a respawn location, which is okay. But if you were to put a vehicle inside another home, you could probably leave that vehicle as a respawn location, and therefore you could kind of go back and forth between two homes if you had to do that. Now, the cost, of course, is the damage to your own inventory. So this is not something you want to do on a regular basis. And as I understand it, you cannot respawn between, let's say, major regions like the Deep Desert and Haga Basin without losing everything that's on you at the time. And I think they probably want to do that so that people don't use it just as a form of fast travel. So that's it. If you like this kind of video, please hit the like button and share it if you want to share it with other people. If you're not subscribed or you want to see these videos in the future, hit the subscribe button on YouTube. If you want to, you can join me on live streams on YouTube at Kineer or /Kineer Gaming over on Twitch. As always, thank you very much for spending time here. This is Kineer, and I'm out of here.